'Cause I've been working my way back to you, babe, with a burning love inside. And welcome to the Screen Rot Podcast, the podcast where we discuss the weirdest and worst content that's been written on our screens and indeed our minds. Shout out to everyone who subscribed to this podcast on either Apple, YouTube or Spotify. Massive thank you if you give us a 5-star on Apple. It helps us make money. But the people who make us the most money, that's an insight, are the patrons, the Freemasons, £3.99. I didn't rehearse
Not
that.
the advertisers.
£3.99 a month, cunts. £3.99 to pay up, Surfshark. £3.99 a month, the Freemasons. They're getting an extra episode just like this every single week. They're not listening to annoying adverts. Adverts are annoying, aren't they? Just give us less than a quid a week.
Get rid of them.
We love it. But we love the Illuminati even more so. Top tier. $5.99. I got jammed. Hat on their head. Access to stuff that other people, I don't fucking know. Big wink and a kiss. No, Jesus Christ. I might have, no. Eugene, thank you. He may be saying by God. Big wink and a kiss. Mwah. To the ladies and the gays who listen, who after extensive research, I can confirm are the most gorgeous and sexy ladies and gays in the United Kingdom. And especially to those gays, I just want to promise that I will never, ever stop fighting for your freedom. And I'm here as always with Jake Farrell. Free the gays!
Yeah.
Let them out!
Yeah.
I don't know where they are.
Don't worry about the mandem. Let's sort out the gays first.
Yeah, well, this is a lot of the mandem who are in jail. No, actually, loads of them have been falsely accused, as the gays have, actually.
Yeah.
Let's get the accusations right on the gays. The only thing I'd ever accuse them of being fucking sexy.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the thing. People say sometimes about the gays, oh, no, the gays are sneaky. The gays are... No, not for me. The gays...
Sneaky?
Yeah.
Who calls it... If anything, they're in your face.
They're in your face, yeah.
Sneaky? They're not discreet.
They're not discreet,
They're
the gays.
bright. They're bright, flamboyant, and I love them.
You love the gays?
I'd love one in my house.
Would you?
People will often. We covered the. Didn't think I'd talk about this. We covered the Angel Boys recently. Shout out the Angel Boys. I love the Angel Boys.
Yeah, me too.
And sometimes people notice this that I leave a lot of comments on their.
You do?
On their Instagram.
From your personal account or from the Screen Rot?
From the Screen Rot.
Great. Good to have my name associated with that.
It would just be things like, I would like to pick you both up and put you in my pocket and take you around for the day.
Lovely.
I'd like to smack your little bums and call you my sons.
Okay, let's get
I love them.
Yeah, sure.
I love them. I would love, and I don't really care if they're gay, right? I've obviously got a busy house. I've got a lot going on in my fucking house, right? You know, mad Irish missus, pregnant again, isn't she always? That was a thing, actually. We were talking to someone the other day and they were like, do you think like hormones are a thing in your relationship? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like in the 7 years we've been together, 5 years of them, she's been fucking pregnant.
Hormones are our relationship.
Yeah. I don't know what she's like without hormones.
Yeah.
Probably quiet. Anyway, pregnant missus, mad pregnant Irish missus,
yes.
Mad cat. The cat's doing my fucking head in at the moment.
Day ending in a white shocker.
We gave her the hysterectomy, right? That was expensive.
Gave it to her like a gift.
She was fucking screaming to be cocked down every single day. Getting that womb out of her was the best thing we could have done for that cat. And now, her like, thank you. And I think it's actually because my missus is producing pheromones. So like smelly hormones.
Pheromones?
Is that right?
Pheromones.
Smelly hormones.
Yeah.
Because she's pregnant.
Pheromones,
right?
I think, was that.
I think that's why I'm horny as well. Basically, because my missus is pregnant, I'm coming to her with erections every day, which she doesn't want. The cat is bringing her dead mice every day, which she also doesn't want.
Yeah.
What do women want?
Yeah. The Angel Boys are there. She doesn't want that either.
One of them sat in the corner singing, right? You've got a lovely little gay fella, you've got a nice stiff cock with a vein on the top, or you've got a dead mouse.
Okay.
Modern women, what do you want?
What do you want?
Therapy, probably.
We've started 4 stories here. Which one are you going to finish first?
And then 3 kids running around.
Yes.
But I'd like an angel boy in my house.
Sure.
Just on the mantelpiece.
A tasteful little angel boy.
Yeah. Gorgeous little angel boy who I could just fucking, when the kids are going nuts and the missus doesn't want a mouse or a cock, I could just say, mate, what are you up to?
Yeah. You don't want an elf on the shelf. You want an angel boys on the toys. Yeah. Sat on the toy box.
You just about landed that rhyme. Good work. How are you? What's been happening in your life?
What has been happening in my life? Really, I don't know. Really, I'm trying to quit smoking.
Yeah, that's my current Lost Mary is supposedly my last one as well.
And I've been thinking about this, and so my mum quit smoking a while ago, and she kind of, the way she did it was she made a deal with God.
Right.
Yeah, mum.
Jesus.
Well, I guess it
Christian
depends.
God, I assume.
Christian God, yeah.
Yep.
If you, it depends if you believe in the triune God or not, I suppose. But yeah, Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit. Yeah, she made a deal with God. Mumsy was on a little Kate Bush one with that. Mumsy just on one of them Kate Bush ones. Mumsy just running up that hill making deals with God. Do you know what?
Mumsy Heathcliffing all over the gaff.
Mumsy Heathcliffing all over the gaff, right? So Mumsy made a deal with God, and she made a deal with God.
So what was the deal? I quit smoking.
Well, what happened was, and he's absolutely fine now. He's
God.
God's fine as well.
Yeah.
But so my nephew,
Yeah.
when he was born, he's completely fine. He's 5. He's the love of everyone's lives. He's coming up for 5. But there was a brief period where it looked like things were a bit dicey. And in that moment, my mum made a deal with God to never stop smoking again. It never smoke again if he was all right. He's all right.
Yeah.
She's never smoked again. She never wanted to smoke again. She's just on that deal with God thing. And I just think, like, I need that in my life.
You need stakes.
I need stakes. If you were in a coma, that would be ideal for me.
Me personally?
Yeah.
What, you'd do a deal with God?
I'd do a deal with God
say,
then.
Keep him in the coma and I'll stop smoking. Let him sleep forever, and I'll never touch a fucking.
Please.
I will never.
If I don't have to do the podcast again,
You fucking cunt. If he wakes up tomorrow, I'm buying a pack of 20.
both of us are going to die. Yeah.
I wake up, Ronna, you can't.
I'd have lung cancer by next week. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm reading the book by Alan Carr. Are you aware of that?
Not Alan Carr,
No.
chatty man.
No.
I'd love it if he
Oh,
was
we're
showing
trying
up.
to stop smoking.
Oh, you silly tart. Have a cig. It's all right.
Have
isn't
a
it?
lovely
I'm
ciggy.
drunk in the afternoon.
Yeah. Alan Carr, by the way, what a national treasure that is.
So our dear friend Mike Rice
Yes.
went on the Alan Carr podcast.
Class.
And I don't think Mike would mind me sharing this. So Mike went on... Apparently, he was described... I love Alan Carr as well. I think he's really,
Amazing.
really funny. And he's gone into that kind of light entertainment chat show thing, but it was really boozy. I think that's why he never really... Yeah, well, like... I don't think it's on telly anymore. He used to do one on Channel 4, and he used to just have this fucking, like, liquor stand.
Oh, was that Chatty Man, wasn't it?
I think that was Alan Carr, Chatty Man. I always say that, but I don't think he's ever actually said those words.
Yeah.
But I think that was the show. Yeah, I think it was Alan Carr, Chatty Man. Come have a bloody chat, right? So, like, you know, whoever's doing a film that week, they'd be phoning their PR being like, get me Norton, please get me on Graham Norton. And the PR would have to go, we're really sorry, we've got you the wrong gay. And you'd have to go there. So like America would be like, who's this guy, Alan Carr? What's it going to be like? Get there, and he's fucking hammered.
Right.
And he got his liquor table with that, who are you then? Fucking, get sit here. Would you want a vodka tonic? Like, and that's what he would do. He'd just get them fucked. And it wouldn't just be like, have a beer.
No,
He'd always get quite creative. He's like, you ever had the whiskey and ginger? I've never had the whiskey and ginger. It's probably all right. And just have a vodka if you don't like it.
Nice work if you can get it, brother.
Fucking brilliant. So now, obviously, the way that media's gone, there isn't really like money in telly anymore.
No.
So,
Thank God.
So he's done the right thing and done a pod instead.
Yeah.
And it's at his house.
Right.
And Mike was I haven't listened to it, but Mike was saying he's got these like producer/assistants who are just these like kind of like sort of Hollies and Kitties, you know what I mean? Late 30s women who love him,
Quality.
who just sort of look after him, you know.
Tasteful
do you need
ladies.
a drink, Alan? I'm all right. I'll have a cup of tea in a minute. I'm tired,
Yeah.
right? Like, Mike gets to this like house in West London, really nice house, and he gets in and like I think he is boozing, Carr.
Pre-record.
I think so.
Right.
And you know, obviously Mike's there, fucking head full of spiders, scratching the walls.
Yeah. Not slept in days.
I need to sell some tickets. Right. He sells loads of tickets. We're not being disparaging of Mike. He's just an anxious cunt. Right. Apparently. Because Mike's brilliant at podcasts. And I think what Mike Rice is so good at, he did it with our podcast, does it with other podcasts, on his own podcast indeed. He knows exactly what he's giving you. Do you know what I mean? If you sign up for Mike Rice, you're getting the nuttiest Irish man who's got an awful lot to say, and do not get in his way while he's saying it.
Yeah.
He's got stories.
He's Erling Haaland of nutty Irish men.
Fucking yes. Yeah.
Stats, numbers.
Don't try and stop him.
Yeah.
If anything, you have to stop the delivery to him.
Yeah. You want to stop Vittorio. If you want to stop Mike Rice.
Cut the microphone cable because you can't cut him. If the ball's in the box, he's heading it in.
He's heading it in.
Stop the ball in the box because you can't stop
it.
it.
To Mamouche, ideally.
Yeah. Anyway, so he gets on. And I think Alan's probably more used to people going, oh my God, you're Alan Carr. Wow.
Yeah.
What's it like being Alan Carr? Whereas Mike's in there fucking move him at a corner. I'm going.
Yeah.
Right. So apparently, and obviously, like Alan Carr must have been around Irish people before.
Presumably.
Right. Mike starts going, and like Alan's just going like, and apparently, like mid-record, it's just the two of them on the record. Alan Carr, while Mike's talking, starts turning to like the sort of Hollies and Kitties behind the camera, going, "What's he on about? I can't understand what he's bloody saying. What's he talking about?"
Well, purely on an accent level, or on just like
I think
he's talking a
accent
lot.
level, speed of speaking. This is like just.
God, imagine what Alan would think of you.
Well, apparently with Mike, he's going, "What's he talking about? I don't know what he's on about." And then he turns to them, he turns to the people behind the camera and goes, "He sounds like a fucking pirate."
Did they leave it in?
I don't know. I'm
Amazing.
Not back.
Also, just like a real insight into like someone who's used to having like 6 people produce a 4-minute long segment on his like Channel 4 TV show has got like the #1 guy for being funny for an hour with a microphone in the UK, and he's like, why does he keep talking? It's like that's what a podcast is, Alan.
Got to bloody say, hasn't he?
Yeah, welcome to the new.
Have a vodka and calm down.
We've got to go to an ad break. We don't, Alan. You can just put them in afterwards. It's amazing. Oh, that's so good.
Should we? I mean, I've got a little bit I was going to chat about. We can get into it.
No, come on. What do you want to chat about?
Well, it was only when you mentioned that your nephew. I forgot that he's very similar age to my daughter.
Yeah, a little bit younger. Yeah.
I think just before our last record, but whatever. My little girl turned 5.
Oh, what a milestone!
Yeah, it really is.
What
man.
a woman,
and
may I say?
I think I'm too kind of like watery-eyed, hungover father. In that, I will often say to her, "Stop growing up, darling. I love you."
You say that to her face, do you?
To her face, and
Oh,
she'll literally say, "She'll be like, I've got to get bigger, Daddy." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, I just want you to be my baby."
Good to know that the therapy industry is still going to keep going.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. He was just crying all the time.
He's just crying all the time.
And then he'd do an impression of Alan Carr. What's she on about? She's like a bloody pirate. I'm a mermaid, Dad. Whatever. Have a vodka. Calm down.
Have a vodka, calm down. Being Alan's catchphrase is amazing.
But it's lovely. There's a few. It's nearly episode time, so I don't want to get into it too much. But there was one. It was lovely. Like we didn't get an entertainer, right? And the thing with us and our schedule of live shows.
Yes.
This is the 3rd time,
Right.
and there was going to be a 4th time.
Yes.
That we do a big live event the night before one of my kids' birthdays.
Right.
Last summer we did the 8th. My daughter's birthday's the 9th.
Yes.
And so again, I was trying to get out early to be home to be fresh for Louis' birthday. Then it's like, right, in January when we do the Rotties, it has to be the 31st of Jan so that people can break their dry Jan with us. Still a few tickets available, by the way, if you fancy this one. My son's birthday is the 1st of Feb. So hang in for that. This one, quirk of the schedule, Bush Hall was free on the 8th. So, okay, again. So this time hungover again. And again, next year it'll be 31st and then the 1st for the boy. But my, cause like my missus, bless her, she like, while I was doing the live show at Bush Hall with you and Big John, whilst I'm throwing prawn crackers at people, she's wrapping the presents. She's just unbelievable. She like wrapped all the presents, blew up balloons, wrote this like birthday poem for her on this big bit of like painted paper. It's gorgeous. So like my thing was like, it's like, well, because I did that, you've got a fucking graft tomorrow. You're in charge of like pass the parcel.
You got put in charge of pass the parcel?
I had to do pass the parcel.
Wow. Okay.
Also, I do it old school.
What do you mean?
Like, you all pull a bit of paper off when the music stops. You pull the paper, not your turn, pass it round again. And whoever pulls off the last bit of paper gets a present.
That's pass the parcel, isn't it?
No. There is modern pass the parcel, which is under every layer of paper.
Pass the parcel's gone woke?
Yes. Pass the parcel's gone woke. Any parents watching this will be screaming at their device that there is a Bluey episode centered entirely around this.
Pass the parcel.
About how like old-fashioned pass the parcel, there's one of the... This is the thing with Bluey. They woke Australian dogs who are better parents than you'll ever fucking be. The cunts never go to work. They're all just at home with the kids.
Yeah.
They do, and they handle it really well when they have to say
My pass
sorry.
the parcel pronouns are stop, go, yeah.
Oh, mate. There was one thing where, and I didn't drink too much. People will know that after our live event, I didn't get hammered. I didn't sniff anything in the toilets. I was there, awake, fucking on it for the birthday.
Yeah.
Made all the sandwiches. I didn't make all the sandwiches. Lana made the sandwiches, but I brought them. I don't know why I even said that, but I did the parcel, and I was really grafting, and I was really like on the day running around. And what's really nice is like Alana's parents live abroad. They didn't come. My parents didn't come because they're shithouses and they went on a caravan holiday instead. She doesn't even notice when we're there. They do, you fucking assholes. You should have come, right? But like where like other parents will have. And I was genuinely a bit gutted about my parents, how they just booked a caravan holiday. We're like, oh, she won't know. It's just like, it's her birthday. She fucking will. She literally said, where's Nanny?
Right.
And I was genuinely a bit gutted about that. But every other like birthday party of like her nursery friends that we go to, grandparents would be there.
Right.
And I was a bit like, we haven't got any grandparents here. But what I do have is 12 of my mates come. So maybe I've got more mates than family, whatever.
Yeah,
right?
it's like Moneyball. You need to do the film Moneyball. You can't replace the grandparent. We have to replace them in the aggregate.
This is it.
12 mates, all called Luke.
Well, my mate Kane with a crocodile tattooed on his face. Smoking.
Yeah.
Couldn't actually come in the park because he was smoking so much. But never mind. He's there.
He's there. Yeah.
But basically,
no wonder she's asking, "Where's Nanny?"
Yeah, but we've got all those, and I'm a bit like in front of the other parents. I'm a bit conscious that we've got all these people with face tattoos and their grandparents, and we are a bit younger than the others. We've got less money, and like, are we?
You're not doing woke part the parcel, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a bit like almost a bit nervous to be like, well, there's beers by the way, because I don't want them to think we're alcoholics, even though they all have beers at their kids' birthday.
And you are an alcoholic.
I am an alcoholic, yeah, and they all have seen my Instagram. You know, I'm talking about wanking myself awake half the time. There's nothing to hide.
Last week you were talking about your wife wanking you like you're a piece of livestock.
That's correct. But anyway, the one thing that did happen, my daughter, like a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I'm always just fucking around with the kids, and we will start the episode in a moment. I was doing this thing where I was just getting my hand like that. I was going, bam, bam, right?
Right.
I don't know, just fucking.
If you're listening, Jacob's doing a kind of like bird, like emu and Rod Hull kind of
shape with my hand and sort of pecking at Jake and sort of doing a bam, 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 bam. And my daughter, I started doing that to her.
Yeah.
Just what I don't know. She
giving her the old bam, bam. Yeah.
And she just went, oh, Sean.
What?
And started cuddling my hand and kissing it, being like, I've missed you, Sean. How are you? Sean, can I ride on your back? And she sort of sits in the sort of crook of my elbow. And I was like, wow. And I thought to myself, I was like,
she found the mystery man.
Well, no. I was like, I must have done this before,
right?
And just forgot. I must have done like a whole
Sean.
thing with her. Maybe even like when she was like 2 or something.
Right.
I must have created this character of Sean, the kind of bird thing that's my arm. And it's talking to her, and she's pretending to feed it.
Sure.
And we're having this amazing play with Sean. And this is on like the morning of her birthday. And I'm like, fuck, like, I'm good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so later,
I'm the man.
Mate, I was like, I'm such a good parent. I even forget the good parenting I do. I was like, this is great. Then later at the party, all the fucking other kids turn up, right? And I'm fucking Seaning, and she's introducing Sean to her mates.
Wow, you're Seaning all over the gaff.
I'm like, and I'm keen for the other parents, right? Yeah, I might be an alcoholic. Yeah, I wank myself awake. Yeah, all my mates have stood outside the park smoking and they've got crocodiles on their faces. Yeah. But Sean is here.
Sean's killing.
And you're not Seaning.
No.
I'm Seaning. And I'm fucking, yes, Sean's the Don.
Sean's
fucking, yeah.
crushing.
Who else wants to ride on Sean? Yeah, great, brilliant. And I was so fucking proud of myself until one of the other parents was like, oh, she watches Bluey as well. I was like, what? Sean's a Bluey thing.
Oh, no! Fucking Bluey's done it again!
Sean. I didn't create Sean. Those smug Australian fucking mutts.
I once thought that I'd come up with the phrase, if not now, when? But it turns out it's Martin Luther King. Similar vibe.
I'm trying to take Australia into good parenting. You're trying to take the civil rights movement away from black men in America. And ladies and gentlemen, this week we are here to talk about someone who's taken an awful lot from me. Sorry for the 19-minute intro, but, you know, Sean.
Just before that, few tickets left. We never remember to do this. We always say we should do this. Few tickets left in Liverpool. Few tickets left in Newcastle.
Edinburgh's nearly gone.
Yeah, a few tickets left in Edinburgh. Few tickets left for the Rotties, but not that many, so jump on those now. Big thanks as always to anyone that's bought tickets. We can't wait to get out and do the tour. But this week we're going to talk about
cycling Mikey.
See you in the magistrates.
Oi, get on this.
Oh, this is This is a Screen Rock kind of Mount Rushmore legend, really, isn't it?
Do you know what? So we've it's not quite a revisit. We're talking Cycling Mikey.
Yeah.
We did some about him on a Jeremy Vine
That was
episode.
it. I was trying to remember when we did that.
Maybe 18 months ago.
Fuck me. 18 months of this.
Maybe more. I feel like that was relatively
In Starmer's
early.
Britain, you genuinely do get less for murder.
Yeah, you did.
Why can't two-tier Keir put me in prison for life so I don't have to do
Well,
this?
This is the thing. I mean, talk about in prison. Like, this is... We got a lot of people doing, like, you should just do an episode on Cycling Mikey.
Right.
Yeah. And at the time, I finished the episode offering him out to a charity boxing match.
I
Now,
did, yeah. You put it on the table, yeah.
And it's interesting because it's one of them, like, from a mental health perspective, I look back and I'm like, I think I was less happy then.
Amazing.
But I'm also more hench now.
Okay.
So whilst I'm not like dying to fight anyone, I'll fucking take you, Mikey. Let's do it for a cancer charity or a women's charity. And
what
I'm
about
game.
the gays?
Huh?
The gays.
We could do it for Pride.
Put the money towards the gay freedom.
I will
effort?
do. I will do. Yeah, I will do it for the freedom of gay people who listen to this podcast. I'll fight Mikey.
Yeah.
But the thing with Cycling Mikey, and we often do this, we don't always get this right. Like, we pick our revisits on when they've done something that warrants a revisit, when there's been like a twist in the tail. I am still waiting for the next proper Bevo pivot before we do him again. Last time we did him because he'd become a cuck.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for him. He keeps hinting he's going to break up with the girlfriend, the OnlyFans girlfriend. And I think when he does, he's going to pivot to Pokemon.
He's quite into Pokemon, yeah.
He's really keen on Pokemon, but he's still doing a bit of porn. Once the porn's gone and he's gone full Pokemon, we're coming for you.
What a Venn diagram that is, by the way.
Yeah. No one else is hitting those.
No one else is hitting those.
Marks. With Mikey, right, there had to be a kind of... The whole thing with him, he's a justice guy. He had to do what the rules say, right?
Yeah.
And so
Which you hate?
Well, yeah, we'll get
to that.
I hate grasses. He had to do something where he was fundamentally and unequivocally in the wrong. So you can imagine my joy when 2 weeks ago, people started sharing a video of him actively throwing his bike and all of his equipment at a car. And it's like, got ya. Then...
see you at the magistrates.
See you at the magistrates, Mikey. I've got it all on camera.
Ironically, you've got it all on camera as well.
Ironically, you've got it as well. And even though it's from your perspective, Mikey, it doesn't make it look any better. So now it's time.
So you're saying that, like, he's kind of gone like Michael Douglas in Falling Down, hasn't he? He's gone postal.
Yeah.
He's gone
AWOL.
It's like Carragher talking about Casemiro. Like, leave the vigilantism before the vigilantism leaves you.
Yeah. And it's also like, I mean, we don't always get it right. Like we did a Joseph Valente revisit a couple of weeks ago, which I think was very funny.
Yeah.
He had also just not done anything different, so maybe made it somewhat redundant, right?
So the thing like, born in crew, live in crew, die in crew.
Yeah.
Joseph Valente, born a cunt, is a cunt, still a cunt.
Born with a VIP parking ticket. I've still got a VIP parking ticket. I'm trying to do business. But I just wanted to see him again because I think he's funny. But yeah, Mikey, it's switched now. And we can get him. And we'll get into this. There are other things you can get him on. There's always been chinks in his armour, right? Now, they are fully...
Heart rate monitor, absolutely.
Careful. Now we can get him.
Yes.
So and like my like you if you're gonna make and let's have it right, he's a career YouTuber. Yeah.
Something he kind of plays down in his.
No, I'm just trying to spread awareness. No. You are trying to make money.
Yes,
and you are making money from those YouTube views.
Oh yeah,
we
must
understand,
be his main source of income.
We've been doing this for 2 years on YouTube now. We understand how YouTube works.
We get sometimes we get upwards of £74 a month from YouTube.
This is correct. Yeah, we listen. We can't do it, but we know how other people do it. He's doing it. It's working.
Yeah.
He's a good YouTuber.
Right.
He is ironically, he is maybe like, and we'll get to this as well later. Like, in terms of like sticking to your guns of what you do on YouTube, there aren't many other people who, like, I Show Speed, for example. His whole thing is running around the world screaming at people whilst they might say the N-word at him and he barks at them like a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah?
May I say,
God bless him.
Yeah.
He's fucking good at it.
He's bloody good at it.
No one else in the world
It's
is
a
barking
generational
like
talent.
a dog so successfully whilst people shout the N-word at him.
And we've tried.
Despite all the makeup in the world, we can't get anyone to shout the N-word at us.
That's why we want to get on Rogan. If there's someone that's going to shout the N-word at us.
Say the word. Right? But there have been times where people have gone to Cycling Mikey, please don't do this to me. And he's gone, I'm going to do it anyway.
Mm.
There have been times where people have said, and this is 100% true, someone has said to Cycling Mikey in the past, if you go through with what you're threatening to do to me in terms of filming me whilst I use my phone whilst driving, in terms of uploading that to the internet, and in terms of reporting this to the police, I will take my own life.
I will kill myself.
Now, if you were to say to I Show Speed, I Show Speed, I know I've just shouted the N-word at you, and I know you've just barked at me whilst I do so. If you upload that to the internet, I think I'm going to take my own life. I think I Show Speed would go, I'll film something else.
Fair enough.
Cycling Mikey will go, I'm sorry, I can't do that.
I can't do that, yeah.
Explain it to the magistrate.
You've committed a very minor traffic infringement.
It's not my business if you want to end your own life, but it is my business that you are using your phone. Now, we have to top and tail this episode by saying an awful lot of what we're going to say is a joke. This is a comedy and improv podcast, and we are just improvising jokes.
Yeah.
Also, we do not in any way endorse dangerous driving or the use of a phone whilst driving.
No.
Should we say that now?
No.
That is fucking... Do not... Because this is the thing, any detractor that Mikey ever gets, he's like, I think you just like dangerous driving and you like using your phone and I think you're threatened by me because you know that I'm going to catch you one day. I don't do it. I don't go near my phone whilst driving. I've got a new car that's got WhatsApp on the fucking... there, I can just send voice messages while I drive. I don't give a shit.
Would you believe, actually, that in relation to road rules, I am a fastidious little nerd?
Yeah, okay, so here we go.
Can you believe that?
Just as like when we did our Skinner revisit, the Tom Skinner revisit that came out on Patreon the other day to mild fanfare. Here's the thing, Jake doesn't like racists. I love them. And with this guy, Jake likes cyclists whilst I'm not a fan. You are a cyclist.
So I'm both a cyclist, and a fastidious little nerd road user. I frequently, pootling around the suburbs of South London, get beeped at people because I am doing 20 in a 20-mile-an-hour zone. You
do 20?
Yes!
Fucking cuck.
I knew this would happen. I always say, I'm driving the speed limit. I always think that to myself. I'm just doing the speed limit. You can beep all you like.
Do you know what? You joke. I've genuinely got 3 points on my fucking licence for doing 22.
22?
Yeah.
Well, that serves you right.
I don't know,
That's 2 miles above the speed limit. It doesn't serve me
fucking right. It's no danger to anyone, and Sadiq Khan's a fucking arsehole. The hard thing about Khan is because people are so fucking racist towards him, you can't have a frank conversation about how he doesn't know how to design a fucking road.
Yeah, exactly. If you have any conversation in a pub in London about, actually, some of Sadiq Khan's policies are annoying me, you're only 10 minutes away from someone being like, it's not great that he's brown either, is it? And it's just like, for fuck's sake.
This is it. Every time I'm in a pub just chatting to strangers about how I hate Sadiq Khan, I'm hoping that I'm going to get these fucking, like, uni-grad fucking centre-left fucking policymakers sidling up to me going, right, and how can we topple this guy? How can we do something as Labour voters that can... Instead, I get the guy who shouted, I'm Millwall at the terrorists on London Bridge, sitting next to me going, I don't like him either. Right, fuck off.
A lot of fighting age men, isn't there? A lot of fighting age men coming in, isn't there?
Fighting age men.
Yeah.
Why do we have to discuss fighting age men in the same conversation as how Sadiq Khan can't decide where to put a fucking cycle path?
And so I guess what we're saying is, like you say, we don't, like, I am kind of temperamentally...
He is a cyclist.
Sadiq.
No, you are.
I'm a cyclist, and I'm temperamentally against breaking the rules.
Yeah.
So I kind of, in that sense, I should be with Cycling Mikey, right?
That's right.
And also, like you say, we don't agree with it. The speeds that some people are driving that I'm seeing around South London, it's insane. People are doing 22 in a 20. No, it is really, really mental, right?
I've got a. Are you conscious of gut health?
Wow, what an interesting question. I am actually, yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard about the Mediterranean diet?
I have. I'm not sure I know exactly what it is.
Plenty of olive oil, no processed, lots of fish, plenty of fibre.
Okay.
Nice.
I love olive oil.
Yeah.
I'm like Straker.
Got loads of calories in it.
I'm a slut for olive oil.
Yeah, I'm emulsifying pasta like I really did. So much more of my 30s is about emulsifying pasta water and olive oil than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
With some pecorino vegano.
There's much more of your 30s than you imagined is just like bouncing the ladle into the pasta water and just dredging out a little bit and then putting it in your in your vodka rigatoni, right?
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
more of
that's
that
right.
time than used to be
That's
spent sniffing stuff off keys in pub toilets.
I am one of the few who can do,
Do both. Get you a guy who can do both.
I will be at your wedding.
Yeah.
I'll have done the correct balance of ketamine and cocaine,
Yes.
and I will be talking to your brother about how I find that Parmigiano just doesn't have the same kick as a Pecorino. Get you a man who can do both. Get you a
By the way,
geezer
what do you
who's
think
also-
about Sadiq Khan, my darling?
Get you a geezer who's also gay.
Yeah. Me.
No. So Mediterranean eating, good. I take a Mediterranean approach to driving. Have you noticed how the Mediterraneans drive?
Yeah, but I'd like you to say it.
Okay. It's about being loud and visible. And that is the safest way to be on the road.
Do you think that's why they're doing it?
I'm honking all the time. I honk. If I see something, I honk at it. If I see someone I know, I'm honking at them.
Honking and shawning. That's all you're doing.
If I get genuinely, if I get excited in the car,
Yeah.
if a song comes on that I like, I just honk.
Right.
It drives my missus.
You're like a Syrian.
fucking
You're like a
mad.
Syrian militia member just loosing rounds of an AK-47 out of your car.
Yeah. It's about being loud and visible.
Yeah.
In the same way,
It's like a Puerto Rican parade.
I used to get wound up when you just hear motorbikes.
I still get wound up by that.
What they're doing is letting you know where they are to be safe.
I don't know that's
That is a
true.
lot of what they're doing. No. Motorbikers, long hairs who are listening to this,
Right.
they will tell you that's what they're doing.
Well, you can smell them coming, so you don't have to worry about that. You can hear the Metallica coming out of their
Body odor and leather.
Yeah.
And tonight.
They've started playing that when Stevenage come out. It's absolutely insane.
All the guys from the indoor market and Stevens.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, I do take a. I used to have some friends, Italian DJs.
Class.
Yeah. I'd still say they're my mates. I just don't see them anymore because they're in Italy. And they told me once they were like I remember they had really weird accents because they'd learned to speak English in Australia.
Oh, nice.
And they actually sounded a bit South African, but hey, Jakey, how's it going? Yeah, sweet, right?
Right.
And I remember they were like, I was crossing the road. They all lived in like Dalston.
Mhm.
I was crossing the road with them once. They were like, oh man, like Jakey, you crossed the road like such an English guy.
Right.
And I was like, what do you mean? And they were basically saying that I'm a cuck
What, because you wait for the lights?
because I wait.
Yeah.
They're like, you got to be arrogant in the way you cross the road, Jakey.
Okay.
I was like, what do you mean? And they will just walk.
They do sound like Australians that have Italians that have spent time in Australia.
Yeah, but you got to cross the road like you're arrogant, Jakey.
Right.
And that's how Italians cross the road. They just fucking walk.
Yeah.
Same in their cars. They just drive. And we've got this old girl down our road. I didn't like her for a while.
Why's that?
So she's about 90, right? Lives on her own.
Mhm.
And she just potters around with this kind of like, ooh,
Okay, Jacob's doing like a kind of witchy
Gollum
face.
face.
For those people that are listening.
right? But she's Italian. And I used to say to my missus, I was like, that fucking woman walks around like she owns the place.
Right.
She potters around our road and Holloway Road, just fucking. And the funniest thing she's done in the past,
Yeah.
I was walking back from the nursery with my daughter and my daughter's mate and my daughter's mate's brother. This kid, he's like 6 years old, Harry. She walks with a crutch, right? This little old Italian girl. He got a bit close to her. She just fucking whacked him.
Really?
And the mum was like, whoa. And she was like, But she just letting him know that she's there.
Like
Yeah.
Roy Keane.
Yeah, I text Marcello, my mate, the Italian. I was like, mate, is that a thing about Italian walking? He's like, of course, Jakey. If someone gets too close, you give them a little
Give
whack.
a little-
Yeah. But
Get close to people, move your feet.
she was also doing a thing. This woman, she kept being like, "Whoa," and I was like, "Oh,
She
I'm
did what?
Jacob." Whoa.
Who are you?
I'll be like, "I'm Jacob. This is my kid." She's like, "Where you live?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I'm that one number." I'm not
A lot
gonna
of
say
good
it 'cause
voice
I
work
think
going on
people know where I
today.
live.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, "I'm that one," and she's like, "Where you from?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm English." She's like, but then like I was like, "That's weird." And then like the next time she did it,
Okay.
and I was like,
She's
this
on the wind up.
fucking woman. I was like, this is so territorial.
Right.
And I was like, if I walk around just going, like, if I just potted around where I live in London going, who are you? Where do you live? Where are you from?
You do that, don't you?
That feels reformy, doesn't it? That feels...
Why are you using that Peaky Blinders logo on your barbers?
Yeah. But like, especially the where you from.
Right.
Where do you live? Who are you? If you do that as like a big white English guy,
Yeah, different
that's
vibe.
fucking
Right.
Well, I was like, why is she getting away with it? Every fucking, who are you? Where you live? Where you from? I was like, would you fucking leave me alone? And
Can't wait
then
for the remix
I
of that.
I kept seeing these fucking like women with face masks on going up and down our road. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Turns out she's got dementia. She's not being territorial. She doesn't know where she is. The women with face masks are carers. I was like, what the fuck? It's 2025, not 2022. Why has everyone got a face mask on? And I fucking, who are you to the women? I was like, who are you? Where you going? Where you from? I was like, you're right. I was like, she's like, yeah, I work at the NHS. I was like, what are you doing up here? She's like, oh, have you seen the little Italian? I was like, she's like, yeah, very bad dementia.
I've always liked her.
Yeah, that's what I say now.
I've always had a tremendous amount of respect.
I've completely flipped now. And I'm like, I like her Italian. I like her bit of like, have a whack with the crutch if you're a kid who gets too close. Who are you? Like, yeah, fuck you, yeah. Who are you? Who is everyone? But that is the polar opposite of cycling Mikey. And it's one thing, talking about I get a bit twingy when I see people with face masks on. Even on public transport, yeah? I get a bit like... And it's definitely because I had a bit of a miserable time during lockdown, lost all my work, it weren't good for people like me, right? And so when I'm getting on the tube or a train and I see someone face masking, I know they're just protecting their health. I know they might have like a long-term thing that makes them vulnerable, but I get a bit like, fucking take it off. And it's another thing where I feel a bit, Sadiq Khan's a fucking waster, right? It feels like that vibe, doesn't it?
Right.
Because that's a very like anti-vax, fuck Sadiq Khan, there are too many dinghies.
You just start taking on all of the political opinions.
I become the Lion of London Bridge, my Millwall you cunt, right? Literally, yeah. But it's because it reminds me of lockdown. And this is one of the things I dislike to finally loop us back onto topic. We're 40 minutes in. With cycling, I don't know what I've spoken about for the last 17 minutes. I've blocked it all out.
I'm not really clear either.
He has got, here's my get on this. Let's start the episode. Here's my get on this.
Yeah.
He's got lockdown energy.
Yes.
It's grass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're in a pod together.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's more than 6 people in your garden today.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't help but notice you've got more than 6 people in your garden.
Right.
Have you had the vaccination? I don't know if you have.
It's a very British energy, that, and he's obviously not British.
God.
He's
Curtain
South African.
Curtain twitcher.
But yeah, that curtain twitching.
But
thing.
I reckon the what's the term for South Africans? What'd you say? Saffis.
Saffers, I think.
I reckon the Saffers sent him here because they were like, we're not grass.
We're not having this.
We're barbecue big cocks. That's what
I
they are.
love the South Africans in that sense. Yeah.
What, big cocks? They've got massive cocks.
Do they?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, yeah, all of them.
How do you know that?
Huh?
How do you know that?
Well, it was dark, but when I was a kid, 2 doors down from us, South African guy.
Wow.
South African family.
You were about to.
What was the dad called? Simon.
Don't say that.
No, not in a weird way, but like we'd go around his house for a, what's it called? What do they call barbecue? A borscht?
No, that's like a Hungarian soup.
Isn't it?
A braai, they call it.
Would you like to come down for a braai?
Yeah.
We've got a nice sausage. and like me and my dad both noticed that this guy would just wear shorts that were way too tight. And like, honestly, I could draw it from memory, this thing. And this wasn't like a tall guy. This wasn't like a hench guy.
No.
Like a bit of a rugby guy. Don't mind a braai, right?
Yeah.
But you could just fucking see it.
Yeah.
And it was just there.
Beers, braais, and big cocks, these guys.
This is it. That's Saffers.
Yeah.
And I think they looked at cycling Mikey, and I think they fucking deported him because they were like, no beers, no braais.
My name's Herschel Vandenbosch, and you don't like rugby enough. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a braai with Simon and his big cock. Diplomatic immunity, Mr. Martin
The
Reeks.
one South African I know is fantastic comedian Pierre Novelli.
What a comedian.
I have never seen Pierre Novelli's cock. If
Big
that
guy.
thing isn't 10 inches long, I will fucking...
He's been shortchanged.
Look at him.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Look at him.
By his own admission.
That's the biggest man in the world.
Yeah.
That is the biggest man in the world. He has thighs like thunder.
Andrew, yeah.
Like, fuck
Like the
me.
Norse
That
god
is
of
just
thunder.
a huge man.
That's a big guy. Yeah. Like Andrew Lawrence is the smallest guy in the world.
Yes.
Constantine Kissin shortly behind him. Shortly being the operative word.
Tiny puppet men with dead eyes.
Yeah, with dead eyes. They're into ethno-nationalism. Pierre is the other end of the spectrum. He's the biggest man
alive.
in the world.
The biggest man in the world. And completely big cock. Whereas cycling Mikey,
Yeah.
can you ever imagine him at a barbecue?
No way.
If he was, it'd be sort of like hovering around the table.
Yeah.
Like spending too much time holding the fucking paper plate.
Is that
thing.
cooked? That doesn't look quite cooked.
Is that a bit rare in the middle for me? Did anybody bring salad?
It's a fucking steak, Mikey.
Eat it, you cuck.
Eat it, you fucking cuck.
Eat it, you fucking cuck. Eat the fucking steak, Mikey.
My name's Flanders de Hurtegraste.
Should we watch a clip? Or should we do more South African
I'd like to do
impressions?
more South
Should we talk about Pierre Novelli's cock for any longer?
So, I guess, 45 minutes in. If you want to kind of know the background of cycling, Mikey.
If you don't know who he is,
oh yeah, I don't know what to tell you. He is a man that cycles around with a GoPro on his head, and he is not just like accidentally spotting people that are breaking driving rules. He's actively looking for people that are breaking driving rules.
yeah.
And he will upload the video of them doing so to the Metropolitan Police website. And he's been responsible for like thousands of convictions, right? Or like he's uploaded like literally tens of thousands of videos, I think. So this is his kind of meat and drink, if you like. This is his braai. And this is him, and he's actually spotting a famous face who's breaking the driving rules in this one.
Nice car, mate. Thank you. I hope you're not using the phone. I know, but if I film you using it and you get 6 points.
Yeah.
Did you read
So
about
it's
Guy
Chris
Ritchie?
Eubank.
I didn't actually. I read about David Beckham.
That was some other random person, but I was the one who got Guy Ritchie. Not that I didn't even know who he was.
Right.
Are you famous? I
Yes,
wouldn't
you
know who
fucking
you
do,
are
you
either.
cunt.
I'm just a guy.
Medical speaking, how may I help?
You happy now?
Yeah, but you shouldn't be holding it, should you?
Hi. Go away. Go away.
You shouldn't be holding it, should you?
I'm an officer.
Hi.
You're a police officer.
Off you go.
Should you be holding your phone?
Off you go.
No? I'll stay here.
So Chris Eubank sat in traffic. I think it's the bit by like Regent's Park, right?
exactly where it is.
That's where he often
He's always around there.
he's always around there, and it's
For a
like
red
a
light?
place where lots of
distracted on the
people
phone?
will like
Not
sit
because
in
he's
traffic.
distracted by it. Sorry to interrupt you. Not because he's distracted by the phone. Because he's got some fucking weirdo
Yes.
poking his head in his car. This fucking cunt. I'm sorry. I've been trying to stay cool and talk about Pierre Novelli's cock. This fucking cunt. This is what does my fucking head in.
Yeah.
He's just gone through a red light. It's because he's distracted by his phone. No, he's got some fucking weirdo chasing him on a bike.
Yes.
He is an officer. That is Sheriff Eubank.
Yeah, but it's like, isn't it of like the Kentucky police or something?
Whatever. How dare you distract Sheriff Eubank while he's trying to make a phone
Yeah,
call?
he's on his
How
rounds.
fucking dare you?
Yeah. Yeah. There could be
That's what. It's fucking dangerous what you're doing, you
Yeah.
fucking idiot.
No.
It's not safe what he does. He stops his bike in an unsafe position.
He does, he always does,
films
yeah.
people. Like, his whole thing is like, if you use your phone whilst driving, you are distracted for up to 20 seconds and that can stop you. Do you know what else makes you fucking distracted whilst driving? Some weird bald cunt who's never been to a fucking barbecue in his life, poking his weird little turtle head. He looks like a turtle that's lost his shell.
Right.
Just poking, excuse me, are you using your phone there? Fuck off. Of course he's not focused on the red light because you're talking to him.
And he's
if you want
like-
people to focus on driving, leave them the fuck alone.
And we talked a bit before about him and Jeremy Vine have basically started this like cycling jihad against the other road users of London, and they are under the banner of like, oh, we're promoting safety for cyclists. I think
Under
they're
that
actually
banner,
making it a
continue
lot.
speaking, but I've got something ready for this.
They're
yes.
making it a lot worse.
Yes.
And I would be fascinated. There's this documentary on a cycling channel about a guy who spends a day with Mikey, but it's quite a shit documentary.
Oh, we both watched it.
And
was
it
awful.
gets into like basically the process of how Mikey does it. Like that's the interesting thing. The interesting thing is why Mikey does it. And at one point in the documentary, a lady goes up to him and goes, "Oh, can I have a selfie? You're cycling Mike." And he's like, "Yes, of course." She has a selfie and she goes, "Look, I know you're only doing it because of that stuff with your dad."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah, that's right." And they never speak about it again in this documentary. It's like, that's the interesting thing. It's like, why is he doing this? And I think he likes the notoriety. I think he likes being a public figure. He clearly likes people asking him for selfies. And I think more than he would admit, he gets off on the confrontation of it. He always
Yes.
says like, I don't like the confrontation. I just want to keep people saying, that's fucking bollocks.
It's bollocks.
This is a man who's like, he's almost kind of sociopathic in, if that was me, that kind of fight or flight thing. Like he has rows with people that I would remember for the rest of my life every day.
Threatens to hit people.
Right.
If you want to get any closer to me, I'll hit you.
Yeah, it's like, it's crazy. And it's like, he's addicted. You know that like J.G. Ballard book, Crash?
Yeah,
Where the
yeah.
people wank off by like watching people crash cars. Like he seems to have a kind of fetish for like getting into arguments
Confrontation.
with people. Yeah. And
Yeah.
like this belligerence that is so crazy. And like, a lot of I fucking hate it when people are doing 40 down my street, which is like a 20 mile an hour, and that's super dangerous.
I joke, but I completely agree, and I will shout at cars when they
terrifying,
do it.
and there's loads of kids on our estate and blah blah blah. But like Chris Eubank is like briefly looking at his phone while he's in traffic. Now I know under the letter of the law that's like the wrong thing, but like this outsized response to it is crazy that he wants to catch people doing this constantly.
And I think any sane person. And I mean that. I don't think he's sane. I think he's nuts.
There's something going on there, yeah.
Right? I mean, let a neurodiverse king go off, but he's fucking crackers. Right?
Is that your official diagnosis?
That's my I mean, this is my official stance on mental health in general. Always let a neurodiverse king go off.
Yeah, please.
But some people are fucking crackers.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think anyone else, and his whole thing is like, if you're distracted whilst driving, you're not safe, and you could cause an injury to a civilian, right? What he's doing in terms of, you talk about this, the cortisol that would flow through your body, you would feel like you're on fire.
Yeah.
This fucking wanker doing that to you. That impedes your ability to drive far more than looking at a phone, I suspect. I don't know the science. I also suspect there is a reason that police officers usually do this. I will also give a quick fucking tip of the hat to Jeremy Vine, who is also a smug cyclist who seeks to catch people out.
Yeah.
But
we're talking about people that are fucking crackers.
But here's the difference with Jeremy Vine.
Right.
He doesn't always. Most of the time, what Vine does, God knows what technology he's got and how much time he spends editing this stuff. Right. But he'll drive past someone using a phone. He'll be like, "Oh dear, that's not good. Using a phone whilst driving. Eesh, that could really hurt someone. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to report that, buddy." Right. That will be done in the edit.
Right.
Now, there is an argument that Mikey would go, well, I'm having to stop them from doing it. It's better to stop them doing it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, is it? When you're winding people up that much, causing so much conflict.
For sure.
The fucking, the search function on Instagram is so bad that I can't find this message. But we received a message from someone asking for this Cycling Mikey revisit the other day. And this guy said, he was like, I'm a cyclist. He's like, I cycle. He's like, in the last 2 or 3 years, he's like, the amount of aggression that I've noticed from drivers
100%.
towards cyclists has gone through the fucking roof. And you have to consider that. You have to consider not just stopping Chris Eubank and also the fucking, I don't know if you've seen the one I did with
that's insane. I didn't know who he was.
I didn't even know who he was. Are you famous? I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
You fucking arsehole. Showing off that you catch famous people, but also somehow insinuating you're above knowing who. I don't even know who you are, but I've stopped you now and you're probably famous. Nice car, mate. Right? You wanker. You come across as such a cunt. And actually, you correctly point to the whole thing of like, well, my father did die in a road accident, but I don't see how that's relevant to anything.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as when Stinson Hunter, the paedophile hunter, they made a documentary about him for Channel 4.
Guess
in
what?
the same way, it's like you're kind of impeding justice to the point that maybe you're not equipped to do this.
No.
Maybe the police force are better equipped and you might even be getting in their way a little bit. You might be doing this to people who are somewhat vulnerable. As I said earlier, there was a taxi driver who literally said to Mikey, I'm going to end my life if you do this. If I lose my taxi license and lose my income, I'm going to end my life. The cunt reported him anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe the police would be better function to do that. And like I say, that like they said to Stinson Hunter, the paedophile hunter, the reason I make the comparison, halfway through this documentary of this paedophile hunter who catches nonces, they were like, oh, you weren't ever sexually assaulted as a kid, were you? He's like, why is that relevant? I don't see how that's relevant. I don't know why you're asking me that question. It's like, obviously, you spend your entire life doing this. And in the same way that like what Cycling Mikey has done by broadcasting this, by putting it on the internet and by shaming people, is he has made aggression and anger a normalised thing between drivers and cyclists.
Yeah.
I do worry that people like Stinson Hunter, the pedo hunter, the amount of aggression there must be from normal people towards pedos nowadays.
Yeah. They're just trying to get to work.
They're just trying to get to work.
Yeah.
They're just trying to meet a 14-year-old at a cinema.
Right.
And the shit they must be getting.
Yeah. And like this is the thing. Cyclists are obviously much worse than paedophiles.
I'd have them on a register. You'd be on it.
I'd be on there.
You'd be on a fucking register for me.
Yeah.
No, you shouldn't be on a register. You should have fucking some kind of QR code. It would not be hard. It would not take much spend or technology for every bike on the roads to have a fucking QR code on it.
Like a number
so that
plate.
when you fuckers start running red lights,
Yeah.
you get caught, you get penalised. 100. I'm not asked about you paying road tax because you don't do the damage that we do. Fair enough, right? But the amount of times that fucking and line bike users are the worst. I've nearly fucking smacked a Just Eat driver before for coming through red lights when I've seen children crossing the road.
Oh, yeah,
you
my God.
fucking cunt.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah.
And yes, it's also bad when cars run people
And
over.
also, like, and I just think, like, everyone should have papers on them at all time. And, like, a policeman, maybe even you, should be able to go up to anyone at all time and say, let me see your papers. Where are you going? That's what they should. And then they should...
Who are you? Where you from?
little...
Where you going? Whack with a crutch.
There should be a little old Italian demented lady on the corner of every street. No, I just, like you say, it's so odd, A, that he's doing it at all on this industrial scale. Because it's like, obviously people should be allowed to
He's
report crimes.
profiting from it.
Should be able to report crimes to the police. Everyone has to be able to do that. If you see someone being assaulted or racially abused or whatever it is, you have to be able to report that. It's not really done with it in mind that you're like going out looking for this stuff.
No.
Like thousands of times a week. But then also, like you say, not only, he could just point his little head camera at Chris Eubank, catch the image, cycle on.
Or even just go, get off your phone, mate, I'm reporting you, cycle off. Then you've got your footage,
No.
you've told him off, you haven't created a conflict that's distracted
You
him
haven't
from
created
driving.
content.
You haven't, exactly. You haven't created
And he is
content.
disingenuous in that. He is riling people up. On this cycling documentary with the Cycling Network, he kind of goes, I don't know, some of my videos where I have a conflict, they're the more popular ones. I just trying to promote road safety. I don't know why they're in. Yes, you fucking do. You're creating content. You're creating cortisol. It's just you're a cortisol creator. Like, comment, and subscribe
You're
on
a
your nervous
wind-up
system.
cunt.
Yeah,
you're a wind-up cunt.
merchant,
And as
yeah.
a wind-up cunt
Yeah.
myself,
Takes
let
one to
me
know
say,
one.
red flag.
Right.
Too far.
Exactly.
This is too far. This is when I wind my missus up too much. And and I will say that we're going to get some stuff now where
The
you go,
turning point.
where he's hit tipping point.
Yeah.
He is an active Twitter user. And as someone who reads the replies to his Twitter user, to his tweets, it's not the first time he's fell astray. And it's not the first time he's been caught out.
Right.
Google it if you wish. Google cycling Mikey Range Rover. He was in court in 2022 because he actively threw himself over the bonnet of a Range Rover, endangering both himself and the driver of that Range Rover to try and create some kind of content, right? Google it. There is also some stuff that you can find if you just search Cycling Mikey Fur Coat on Twitter. You will find that before he was this vigilante, I'm going to catch you and take you to the magistrate, right? He quite liked just filming women whilst driving.
Right.
He would just... There's one where he's just filming this woman while she drives around in her car, and he's going, she looks nice. Has she got a real or fake fur coat on? And I will just say, I don't like him as a vigilante. Don't mind him as a perv. If you want to get me on board, Mikey, you're going in the right direction, brother. I'm a good perv. I like a good sort. Don't like the phone stuff.
No.
Love the perv
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
No, I'm not a perv. I'm a good boyfriend. I will say, before we get on to like what's happened to him recently, there is something incredibly white about what he's doing.
Yes.
I cannot imagine someone from any other ethnic group.
No,
doing
that's
this.
true, actually.
Can
yeah.
you?
No.
I thought about that earlier. I was
Yeah.
like, this is very white.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
in terms of the stereotypes that black people have about us, weird with dogs.
Yeah, I
you
love
know.
that one. That's so good.
Yeah,
I wasn't even aware of that till relatively recently.
No. It's, they think we're weird.
The black
with dogs.
community have done so well at keeping that.
Yeah.
under
No,
wraps.
they've been keeping that hush hush. How they
Yeah,
wind us
yeah.
up about that. It's true, man. We are weird around dogs.
Yeah.
um,
I also, yeah, there's that meme that went around that was really funny that was like, there's always a white person up in your business.
yeah.
But then I did think it was funny that one of the memes that on that video, it was like lots of white people like peering at black people kind of intrusively.
Mm.
But then there was one at the end where the black person in question is in a restaurant and they've got the biggest cake you've ever seen and it's got like 100 sparklers and it's like firing out fireworks and they get and a white bloke kind of looks over his shoulder at it for a briefly and they just catch him in the act and they're like, there's always a white person up in your business. I think fair
to be
enough,
fair,
there's a big cake.
You've got a firework on your birthday cake.
He might be a dog fucker, but that's
we might be dog pervs, but you fuckers have got sweet tooths. They have. They love sweet stuff.
Right.
Black people love sweet stuff.
Is that true?
Fucking
Lock me up.
lock me up. Film me saying it if you want, Mikey. Black people have got
See you
sweet
at the
tooth.
magistrate, Jacob
Yeah, see
Polly.
you with the magistrate. No, it's very male as well.
Oh my God, are you joking? A woman's not
imagine
got
a
time
woman
to do
doing
this.
Imagine all the shit women have got going on.
Oh
my
my
mum, this
God.
has been hormonal for 5 years.
Yeah.
Imagine her. What are you up to today, darling? Where are you going? I'll take the kids. What do you want to do? I'm going to go film people.
I'm going down Gandalf Corner to catch people going the wrong way down the road.
Fucking loser.
Yeah.
It is the most male, entitled, white thing in the world. It is, I've got my rules, and me and the patriarchy put these rules in place a very long time ago. And if Chris Eubank Sr. is going to break them, I'm going to film him doing it.
And what content has people, what like the internet and content has enabled people to do is kind of to appoint themselves. This is like the Auditing Britain thing.
Yeah.
This is like the kind
King
of
Grass.
Charlie Veitch or whatever. It's like they've
Hey.
appointed themselves.
Charlie Veitch.
Everyone's like
What are you
Adam.
doing over there? I'm just filming.
Adam Brooks PR has appointed
Fucking-
himself to be a journalist.
I'm just filming.
Francis Foster's appointed himself to be someone with over 2 brain cells. Like it's everyone's picking their own adventure.
I'm just filming is the worst phrase
Yeah.
in the British lexicon.
Yeah, you can't stop me.
It is up there with fighting age men.
Yeah.
It is up there with fighting age men as anyone who uses the phrase I'm just filming
I'm just filming.
fucking
Go fuck
first
yourself.
against the wall for me. On a worse register
Yeah.
than the cyclist. I'm just filming.
I'm just asking questions and
I'm just
filming.
asking questions.
Yeah.
It's like
I would hate for you to be triggered.
when you're at school, like I remember like someone would be playing like It or something, and you go like stand in the way. They'd be like, "What are you doing? Go away!" You'd be like, "Free country."
Yeah.
that was the same. Do you remember? What was that American cartoon with TJ?
Recess.
Recess.
Yes.
These people are the fucking Randalls.
Oh, where's the bell?
Are we done with the bell?
bell's at the back. Ding. Yes.
They are Randalls.
He is
They are-
Randall, yeah.
You Randall cunt.
Who are you?
Huh?
You think you're TJ, right?
What was the black one called?
Vince.
Yeah, I'm Vince.
Got sweet tooth.
Sat there with a Madeira cake. Rum punch rather than beer. You do you.
Yeah.
You
I'm
do you.
oh no, I was mixing up Hey Arnold there with
Who are you?
I was thinking of Spinelli. But no, is it no Spinelli? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're fucking doing Remember
Where are
When. Remember When is the lowest form
He's
of
got
conversation.
male brain. He's got male
Oh,
brain.
yeah.
It's the worst. One of the worst cases. I just want to give a quick example of male brain. By the way, I want to shout out one of my mates. I won't name him actually because he probably doesn't want this to be repeated. But like this is something us as men have to be conscious of. Entitlement and arrogance, and that is exactly what Mikey has. And it's male brain. We have spunk for blood, right? We have to be very careful of that. Keep it in check all the time.
Yeah.
My mate is dating this girl. She's like an international journalist, right?
Right.
And he told me this. I think this is a really interesting observation about the male psyche. He was like, I just stayed at hers the other night, and had a bit of a like easy work from home day, so I just fucking bummed around in her room with her. I don't think he was bumming her. I mean, he was just casually dropping it. He did anal with her all day. No, he was like hanging out in her room with her all day.
Hanging out's not great
I was
either.
just bumming around. Yeah, God. Bumming around, hanging out.
Just
What,
hanging
chilling?
out.
Nah, anal. No. This is the worst episode we've ever done.
Morally, definitely, yeah.
No, he was like, and he was saying, he's like,
He was getting stuck in
he's
her
not
room.
been seeing this girl for long.
Right.
And he was like, it's mad because he was like, I was just watching her work. And he was like, when we started seeing each other, I found it really cool that she was like this international journalist. Obviously, there's loads going on. Like, I think she works and stuff in the Middle East. And he was like,
Right.
loads going on at the moment. It's such an important job. But he was like, I watched her do her job.
Mm-hmm.
And he said it was amazing because he goes, on the one hand, he goes, it was genuinely a bit of a turn on. He was like, no, not in like a creepy way, but he was like, I've been to dinner with this girl. We've had drinks together. We had a really good time together. But he's like,
You don't see her in that environment.
He was like, I watched her take this call, and she was taking notes as she took the call, and I could kind of hear what was being said. And then as she was like, I watched her open her laptop, start building the article she was going to write, and then she had to cross-reference a lot of the facts, and she was calling other people whole time writing, and then she'd pause a call because she had an idea, and then suddenly she flipped the article on its head and started it, with what's happened now rather than starting from like the history of what. And he was like, on the one hand, he was like, it was genuinely, I was almost proud of myself. I didn't fancy her for how sexy she looked, but like, I was so impressed by her.
Right.
And like, wow, he's like, I feel like a good feminist being like, this is hot watching someone be good at their work.
Sure.
He said, but then male brain kicked in, and he said like his ego kicked in. And as he was watching it, he was like, I'd be a good journalist.
that hard thing that my girlfriend's been doing all morning. I reckon I could do that.
I wonder what questions
I wonder what questions I would ask.
But that is like my point being, it is Mikey is that, and now he's cracked. Right?
Yes.
And we can watch what's been happening over the last couple of weeks. And
Yeah.
it's one of those things, you know, like when people get cancelled, right? I remember there's a comedian.
Like we're about to after this episode.
Yeah. There's a comedian called Alfie Brown, and I remember
Wonderful comedian.
Yeah, and a couple of years ago, it was sort of people found videos of a set of his from nowhere near long enough where he was using the N-word on stage. I will say he was not using it to abuse anyone, but he was discussing the word, but he was wrongfully using that word.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for a lot of us who like Alfie, we felt like, oh, fucking, why'd you do that, Alf? Come on, that's really shit of you, right? He got the kind of perfect online cancellation of like, his name was fucking mud. Everyone on Twitter having a go at him and people genuinely phoning venues to cancel his gigs. And I remember what startled me at the
One
time.
bloke, I don't think there was much like genuine outpouring. There was one guy that was ringing around.
I think there was a few.
Right,
But
okay.
anyway, the observation I'm trying to make is, I found it, and they found more stuff of his that they were kind of getting him for, and he's used the word again, and la da da. And
there was also one routine that they tried to get him for that was a completely normal and fine routine.
But what struck me at the time was the joy and the glee in which people were taking.
Yeah.
Like, if you're upset by those words, which I am,
Mhm.
yeah, I hate those words, you shouldn't use them at all, right? If you don't like those words, I would think you'd be upset to see people using them.
Sure.
And it's with a lot of these cancellation things, I'm always surprised by the joy people seem to take in knowing that a horrendous thing has been said or a bad thing has been happened. And yet, when I saw Mikey do this, make it dangerous,
Yeah.
I was over the fucking
I was over the
moon.
moon. So
Made my weekend.
This is Mikey, and I think it is Gandalf Corner, which I don't know if it's like a colloquial name or is the actual name of it. It's somewhere in North London, and this is a video of someone else filming Mikey with the title "Cycling Mikey is on one. What the actual hell?"
What the actual heli?
So he's kind of
Cycling Mike, mate. Active.
so you can see someone trying to get the wrong way down a one-way street. The wrong way down a one-way street. In a Fiat, and he's kind of readying himself to intercept this man. So at the moment, traffic's going the other way. There's a bus going past. Mikey's waiting.
Not to mock Mikey's weight.
And then he just walks out and he chucks, and I think he thinks the guy's going to stop, and he chucks his kind of like £2,000 electric bike in front of the car, and it gets splattered everywhere. He's very lucky that he doesn't cause a huge accident. Now he stood in front of another car that is trying to get the wrong way down the street as well. He must know that like his livelihood is scattered on the floor behind him in like his bike and everything. He's going to pick it up. Would you believe no one's helping him? And yeah, that is his kind of falling down moment. Do you think he must think that the guy's not going to drive, right? He's not going to stop.
I think he knows.
He knows.
I will just say, by the way, you were narrating that clip really well for audio listeners, and I interrupted you to call Mikey fat. I apologise.
That's red card everyone.
So this guy's watching him and he's just cracking up. I think that'll do
The
it.
guy keeps going, "What the helly?
What the helly?"
So now what we've actually got Mikey's, because he's obviously wearing a camera on his head whilst doing this. So we've got Mikey's version of events. We've got his footage, and we can play it here. And he's watching the guy, and
He's stopped in front of him.
It says his first attempt.
What is that sign back there?
And you can hear someone in the background.
You have to go back now. Very naughty.
Very naughty.
So he stops someone. Now the guy's trying again, and he just drives past and fucks his bike.
And Mikey's subtitle there is he is using his car as a weapon.
Go back. What the f do you think you're doing?
That to me is indefensible because that could hurt the man in the car. There is actually no one crossing the road apart from Mikey. Like, you shouldn't be driving that way down there. You can just film him and you can shop him to the police if that's what you want to do. Like, it could break the car. That guy might need it for his livelihood. I don't know. He could hurt himself. He could hurt other people. There's no kind of telling the unintended consequences of that. It's such bizarre behaviour.
and yet completely predictable.
Right.
And yet this is always how we knew this would end.
Oh, 100%.
And it's do I want to talk about this?
Oh, first one of those for a while.
I've just not been filming.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like the guy going the wrong way down the wrong one-way street. You're just flying straight through. You're not wondering.
I don't talk to my sister
Wow.
anymore, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but we've had a really difficult relationship. But I will say, one of the first times that I thought she might be a psychopath.
What sentence that is, by the
One
way.
of the first times I thought she might be a psychopath.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was in the car. My dad really helped both me and my sister learn to drive.
Yes. My dad was really good at that as well.
Yeah,
Very patient man.
My dad was very good at it
Very
with
calm.
me. I think he found it more difficult with my sister because she's a psychopath.
Okay.
And part of psychopath brain is going, if someone does the wrong thing and I am doing the right thing, the consequences of those two things happening are not my responsibility.
I see what you mean.
Right?
I see what you mean.
In Mikey's sense there, he's like, that person's in the wrong, I'm in the right. I'm allowed to put my bike here because they're going up a one-way street. If they hit my bike, it's their fault. It's like,
yeah.
there's an alternative reality where you don't need to throw your bike in front of them, and then a bike doesn't get damaged and the car doesn't get damaged and no one gets hurt. Yeah, but I'm in the right, they're in the wrong.
Cyclists do have that in general. I've seen this as well. Like, they will cycle
I don't want
out-
to tar them with the same
No,
bike
no,
because
no.
I don't want to add to this fucking
But I get annoyed with
culture war.
as a fastidious cyclist. I get annoyed with nutty cyclists who will see that a car is about to pull in when it's too tight, and
Yeah.
the cyclist will just go through.
So this is what my
and
sister
do
was
it.
doing when I was in the car
Okay,
with my
right,
dad.
sorry,
She
go
was
on.
going around a roundabout. Someone pulled out, and Dad went, "Oh, they've pulled out. Slow. We're doing stop. Slow down." And she was like, "They've pulled out. If I hit them, it's
my
their
right of
fault."
way.
And it's like, just don't hit them.
Fair
Just
enough.
don't do it. And I remember in that moment having like zoom out, the world zooms out, and I'm like, it was in this moment I know she was mad. Like,
Jacob
mental health
Hawley
and all that,
MD.
she's fucking crackers.
Jacob Hawley MD would like to diagnose you as absolutely crackers.
Yeah. Brought to be nuts. But it's not what he's and it's I think that's like a strange, like, talk about my sister, but that is a very male thing. If you're in my way and you don't move out of my way when I've got right of way, you're getting hit.
Vigilante doing that impression as well.
But it's the
Yeah.
most like male thing in the world, and it's like I like this is. The world operates in a way where there's always going to be right and wrong, and you have to accept that the rules are always there, and sometimes they're going to be broken. And I don't mind saying, I've done couples counselling with my partner
Right.
more than on one occasion and other occasions. And one thing you learn is that you have to think objectively about your relationship and the way you speak to one another.
Right.
And there may be small scenarios where you believe you're right and they're wrong.
Yep.
But whilst having that argument or that conflict, you have to be able to zoom out and go, what do I want? I want a loving, harmonious relationship where we're both happy. Am I going to achieve that by having this argument? No. But I'm right. It doesn't matter.
Justice is unimportant in that scenario.
Yes. In that scenario there,
Yes.
but I'm right. I'm allowed to put my bike here because they're going up a one-way
that's
street.
the
But why are you
interesting
doing
that's
it?
the interesting philosophical thing, right? Because it's cycling. Mikey would say, well, in this situation, this is a more kind of cut and dried philosophical question of justice as opposed to a question of two humans interacting. Now, I'm not saying I agree with him on that, right? I believe that even in the scenario where, like you say, where, okay, I see you with your phone out briefly at a traffic light, I'm going to video that. That's still a human interaction. He basically exempts himself from that, right? He kind of removes himself and he's just saying, I'm a kind of philosophical or justice-based observer of this situation. I don't have a duty to you as a human being in the way that you have a duty to your partner, I guess, in that situation as well. And that's the slightly scary thing about him and about all of this kind of content vigilantism, I guess. It's like it promotes this sense that you're there and I'm here. We don't actually have any relationship or duty to one another other than the thing I'm filming for my content right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You, person in the Epping Hotel who I'm filming Adam Brooks PR.
Yeah.
You, kind of person taking crack cocaine in Manchester Piccadilly Gardens.
That Charlie Veach is
that Charlie
filming.
Veach is filming.
You, paedophile, that Stinson Hunter is filming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, yeah.
But again, it's like you are not You are not the all-conquering force who knows the law perfectly, who is there to enforce the rules. Charlie Beach is not there to judge whether someone who's drunk at Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester, whether they're of sane mind, whether they're an Islamist, they're a terrorist, right? Or like in the same way that fucking. I don't know. The people at the migrant hotels go, "Why did you come here? You shouldn't be here. You're a fighting age man." It's like you don't know where the fuck they've come from. You don't know what their life is. In the same way, right? The paedophile hunters feel like the option where you go. I mean, they are pedos. There was one in Nottingham where I've watched it, and it's this fucking tall, lanky guy, and they're going, "Why did you think it was okay to come here and meet a 14-year-old girl today?" And it's 20 minutes into the video. The guy's been crying his eyes out, hasn't got a fucking word in yet, and he goes, "'Cause I'm 14." You are not the law.
No,
you are not above the law. You don't
no.
like. I think we can end here. Like cycling, Mikey. You've made the world a worse place, and I feel like there are more content creators like him at the moment who, I'm sorry, I think he's a grifter.
Yeah.
I think he's got his own self-interest in mind.
100%.
I think he's feeding into a culture war that is making the world a worser place. And there are others like him. Many have said that we were too kind on Tom Skinner. Here's the difference. Tom Skinner would break my head.
Yes. I will
Cycling Mikey, I am ready to meet you in the ring. I'm fucking fit and ready, brother. Zach Southall, thank you for your service, mate. I'm ready. Let's do it for charity.
Cycling Mikey, we are challenging you to a braai and a brawl this summer in Berkhamsted. We'll see who's got the biggest cock, you or Pierre Novelli.
Bosh.